Greetings, everyone. Glenn Kellaway coming to you from the basement. It is Sunday morning, halfway through a long weekend in Canada, at least in Ontario. I'm not sure if it's all across the country or not. Anyway, this is a video where I am going to show you 5 artists or bands that you wouldn't expect to find in my collection. Now, why would I embarrass myself like this? It's for my good friend and fellow Cosmic Torpedo, Sam St. John. Sam is having a contest. I'm guaranteed to win $30 US. It's the only reason I'm entering. And yeah, so I've watched others. A lot of people jumping on this. Some of you have embarrassed yourselves beyond words. I'm going to still show some pretty cool artists here. I'm not going to embarrass myself. I don't listen to Madonna. You know, Rich Strickler. I'm just kidding, Rich. You did a great job. Anyway, let's get started. First off, somebody that I talk about on my channel a bit, that I'm a fan, but I don't really promote it that much, but Hall & Oates. I'm a big Hall & Oates fan. I first heard Hall & Oates when She's Gone came on the radio in like 1973 or whenever the heck it was, or 74. I can't remember the exact year, but I just loved that. Vocals on that song were just fantastic, and was kind of a closet fan ever since. Not something that I wanted to tell my friends about. But then Maneater came out, and wow, I really love that song. That's one of my favorite songs, Maneater. And my wife's a big fan. She loves Daryl Hall. There's a big connection between Daryl Hall and my third favorite band of all time, which is King Crimson. Now, what would Daryl Hall have to do with King Crimson? I'll tell you what Daryl Hall had to do with King Crimson. Look, Daryl Hall's first solo album. It's called Sacred Songs. I think it's his first solo album. Produced by, can you read that? It says Robert Fripp. Yes, produced and plays on it. And Robert also has an album called Exposure, where some of the songs that they put on this that didn't make this album are on Robert Fripp's album Exposure. So anyway, pretty good record. A little different than the Philly soul that Hall & Oates are famous for. I also have this, which is one of my favorite live albums. It's so good. The performances are great. There's some kind of extended solos in some of the songs, great saxophone, great vocal performances. Hall & Oates, Live at the Troubadour. This was actually first released on CD and just released on vinyl in the past year to 2 years, I think. Great. I highly recommend this. Highly recommend. It's got every Hall & Oates song you ever want. Daryl Hall just recently put out, I'd say in the last year, a comp of all his solo stuff called Before After. Excellent. There's all kinds of stuff on here from all his solo albums, including Sacred Songs. And plus, interspersed throughout, some of the performances from Live at Daryl's House, which if you've never watched Live at Daryl's House, go to YouTube and search it. Fantastic. Yeah. So that's number 1. Hall & Oates, Daryl Hall. Number 2, an artist that I just say I don't like because I don't think he's ever come up with an original riff for any of his hit songs. Like, I don't know. I hear the guitar in the song, and I feel like I've heard it before. And I'm not that crazy about his voice. Steve Miller. But I do have one Steve Miller album in my collection. This is his first album. It is called Children of the Future. And Boz Scaggs is in this band. This was, these guys came out of the San Francisco scene, and this is kind of a psychedelic Steve Miller album. So if you're into psych and you're into the San Francisco scene, it's kind of a cool album to have in your collection. Steve Miller, number 2. Number 3, love this guy. Love the hits. Robert Palmer. Fantastic. Now look at that picture on there. Doesn't that look like something that I would just have sitting on my bedside table? Look at that. Beautiful. Man, what songs are on here that I absolutely love? A ton of them. Addicted to Love. Bad Case of Loving You. Simply Irresistible. I Didn't Mean to Turn You On. Some Like It Hot. Oh, I love that. Was that Power Station? Oh man, that's the best. Um, yeah, so that's good enough. Just great, great, freaking upbeat pop music, and yeah, and guy who plays in Nick Mason's Saucer Full of Secrets plays bass, and also was played for Pink Floyd. Replaced Roger Waters on tours and stuff. Guy Pratt, one of my favorite bass players, is always plays with Robert Palmer. Next, never paid any attention to this band in my whole frickin' life. We do those CD exchanges with Larry Graves and Brian Massey from Massey's Main Entertainment, and Rich Strickler and Randall Nelson. And am I leaving anybody else? I don't think so. And myself. And Brian Massey recommended this, and it's the only album I have in my collection. I kind of liked it. Radiohead, OK Computer. Okay, that's number 4. Number 5. I have a confession to make. Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at a parrot head. Yes, a parrot head. Do you know what a parrot head is? A parrot head is a Jimmy Buffett fan. Like a Deadhead is a Grateful Dead fan. We travel the world on sailboats, wherever Jimmy's playing, to go see him and drink rum and margaritas, of course. And I have been a Jimmy Buffett fan since the early 70s. His early albums are frickin' awesome. Livin' and Dyin' in Three-Quarter Time, A1A, especially those two, White Sports Coat and a Pink Crustacean. Those 3 albums, fantastic. If you're a fan of folk music, they're very acoustic, great, great lyrics. It's before he really went overboard with the Margarita thing and everything. Now, I love Margaritaville and all that stuff too. Made him a huge star and made him a lot of money. How about just having respect for Jimmy for the successful business? He's a billionaire from having 2 hit records, Margaritaville and Come Monday. A billionaire. He has built his label up like no one ever. And I got a lot of respect for Jimmy. And if you've never been to a Jimmy Buffett concert, it's like spending 3 hours at Mardi Gras. The fans show up early in the morning, drink themselves frickin' silly. They're wearing all this colorful, beachy type stuff, ready to party. And Jimmy comes on at 8 or whatever, and people just go nuts, man. It is the most fun 3 hours you will ever spend. I guarantee it. So I just brought one thing out to show you. It's a comp. It's called Ballads, Bars, Boats, and Beaches. I might not have the order right, but it's got every Jimmy Buffett song you'll ever want to hear, from Cheeseburger in Paradise to Margaritaville. Let's read some of the great ones that I love. Tin Cup Chalice off an old album. Distantly in Love is an absolutely beautiful song. Volcano. I don't know where I'm gonna go when the volcano blows. Everybody now, I don't know. Fantastic. Havana Daydreamin', Son of a Sailor. Man, the guy's got a ton of great songs. He Went to Paris. Oh man, just beautiful, beautiful, poignant songs. Sam, let's get Samuel up to 1,000. None of this, we don't believe, he says he's close to 800. I believe in stretch plans. Stretch plans is when you have a goal, but you don't just try and hit that goal. You set a super goal. And the super goal for Sam is 1,000. It's not 800, and we're going to get him to 1,000. And then he's guaranteed to get 800. You see the way that whole thing works? I'm an old sales guy. So, Sam, I love you, buddy. You know that. And please, everyone, subscribe to Sam St. John. Enter his contest. Watch all the videos that are entering his contest. And please send Sam a message. Tell him to pick my name. I need the $30. Take care.